In the Harry Potter Tarot deck, the card called the Magus corresponds to the Magician card, depicting Harry himself. However, the origin of the word, the Magus, goes back centuries. We first encountered it in the ancient Behistun inscription. Carved into the rock in Iran, the text tells the story of the Magus Gaumata, who seized power in Babylon in 522 BC. In ancient Babylon and Persia, they called the Magus a priest. The Magus Gaumata managed to defeat the true son of King Cyrus II by proclaiming himself the younger son of the king, which was secretly killed by his own brother.
He lied to the people, saying, "I am Smerdis, the son of Cyrus, the brother of Cambyses." Then were all the people in revolt, and from Cambyses they went over unto him, both Persia and Media, and the other provinces.
The Magician card has been present in the oldest tarot decks that have come down to us. But was it called that from the very beginning? As it is believed, originally it was the Magician card that was placed as number 1 in the major arcana. So, it opened the tarot deck, and the Fool card closed it. This is how this card looked in the Visconti-Sforza deck. However, in the earliest decks, this card was often called not the Magician, but the Conjurer, or the Juggler. On the eve of the French Revolution, Etteilla initiated his magical revolution in Paris. Shortly before his death, he opened his new school of magic, where he taught divination using his tarot deck. In Etteilla's deck, the Magician card occupies the 15th position and is called Illness, although it depicts a classical magician. Éliphas Lévi nearly destroyed Etteilla's legacy, speaking extremely disparagingly of the French tarot genius. Éliphas Lévi was the son of a cobbler. He studied to become a priest but abandoned everything at the age of 25 and declared himself a ceremonial magician. In defense of Lévi, it can be said that he left behind numerous works that influenced the next generation of creators of iconic tarot decks. Among his translators into English, for example, was Arthur Edward Waite.
On the belt of the magician, there is a buckle in the shape of a serpent's head, symbolizing the Ouroboros, the snake biting its tail. This is one of the oldest symbols known to humanity. Its depiction can be found in ancient Egypt, ancient China, and even among the Aztecs. Above the magician's head, we see the familiar mathematical symbol of infinity, or, in algebraic terms, a lemniscate with Tifosi. The mathematical symbol of infinity in occultism also represents the Ouroboros. On the table, or rather the altar, in front of the magician, are objects symbolizing both the suits of tarot cards and the 4 elements simultaneously. The gesture of the magician is also meaningful. His raised right hand and lowered left hand symbolizes the descent of divine grace from heaven to earth, with humanity serving as the intermediary between them. The yellow color of the card's background signifies divine presence.
Aleister Crowley, the main opponent of Waite, was not just a ceremonial magician, he created an entire religion called Thelema.
The main planet of the magician is Mercury. Mercury represents action in all its forms and at all stages. It is the flowing foundation of all activity. In the language of modern physics, it is an electric charge. Around it revolve all the elements, which are also the suits of the tarot. The god Mercury is a creator devoid of conscience. If he cannot achieve his goals honestly, he will resort to cunning. Here Mercury is also the Egyptian god Thoth with the head of an ibis, symbolically positioned above the head of Mercury. Thoth's right wing holds a stylus, and his left holds a papyrus. He conveys the will of the gods, written in hieroglyphs understandable only to the initiated.
In the Middle Ages, this card with the image of the juggler was one of the most vulgar. However, the shape of jugglers had already resembled the infinity symbol. He traversed the path to the magician card in decks created by real magicians at the beginning of the 20th century.